Analytics adoption is not scary. I'm Lori Silverman. I'm known as the Shift Strategist, and I'm delighted to contribute to the Data is Not Scary series. Over my career, I have facilitated hundreds of enterprise-wide change initiatives with organizations as small as 16 up to 1 million in size. This means I've been involved in analytics change initiatives that have been wildly successful and have borne witness to those that haven't gained any traction. But in all cases, one principle holds true. And that is the ability to reframe mindset, reframe language, reframe behaviors, and work practices. Now, you might be saying, why is reframing so important to analytics adoption? Well, this report has the answer in it. It's a 10th annual survey that was done by New Vantage Partners. There's 2 pieces of research that are disconcerting to Tom Davenport and Randy Bean, and that has to do with the number of respondents who say that their enterprise is creating a data-driven organization. It's down. It's down even more than 2020 and 2019 results. And there's also a decrease in the number of enterprises that are saying that they have a data culture in place. So what is it that Tom and Randy say that we should do? And this is where the reframing starts to become evident, because what they say is senior executives need to promote data-driven decision-making and to hire and promote those who practice it. And more organizations need to hire data and AI execs with backgrounds and experience in organizational change, people like me, rather than just technology and analytics. So what's core to this? What they're saying is data is not the center of the universe. Decision-making is the center of the universe. In fact, I've even been so bold to say in some posts on LinkedIn that decision-making is the next wave of data monetization. Think about it. What's the cost of making a wrong decision? What's the cost of making a decision that isn't fully implemented? And what's the cost of delaying a decision or never making it at all? So what does this mean to you? This is where the rubber kind of meets the road, and you're probably not going to want to hear what I have to say. First, you, the data and analytics professional or data and analytics leader, need to reframe how you think and talk about your work independent of what your job description says. Now, you can either continue to position yourself as a data and analytics professional with technical knowledge and expertise, which means that people will only call on you when that expertise is needed, or you can position yourself as a business professional, a trusted advisor who focuses on those things most important to the survival and growth of the enterprise. And you just happen to have a toolkit around your waist that has a whole bunch of data and analytics tools and approaches and methodologies in it that you can use when it makes sense to do so. But what this means is you have to let go of all the data speak, and you have to start embracing being embedded within the enterprise. Let me give you an analogy. Let's say your back hurt and you went to a massage therapist. What if, instead of just asking you 1 or 2 questions and starting to work on you, the massage therapist pulled out a skeleton of the body and said, let's talk about how all of the bones are arranged in the human body. And then let's talk about how the muscles connect to all the bones and what that means to your pain problem. And then let's talk about how the fascia connect to the muscles that connect to the bones. What would you say? You're not getting me results. You're not helping me in the moment. And that's what business leaders are saying to us as analytics professionals. Help me focus on the problem. This means that anytime someone comes to you, you want to be asking them before all else, what's the decision you're trying to make? What's the problem you're trying to solve? And what is it that you're trying to do? You want to position yourself as a problem solver and an innovator, someone who can help them, no matter what it is that they're working on, make better decisions faster, with more accuracy, with confidence in the outcome, using data. Data is secondary to the decision. Now, this means that you're going to have to forge much closer relationships with leaders so that there is unequivocal trust between you and them, so much so that even if you're not a part of their group, that they invite you to their leadership meetings, not as a guest, but as someone who can stay throughout the entire meeting and comment on any issue that's raised. This means that when you're talking with them about the decisions that need to be made, you have to have in your hip pocket a methodology for collaborative data-informed decision-making, a methodology that goes from context to data, to the analysis piece, to all the different types of insights that can happen, to the decision, to the action, to the implementation of the action, and to the evaluation of the action itself. Now, you can either create a methodology like that, or you can find one. I have an article that's coming out late October, early November through a magazine called Amplify, which is going to be a very lengthy expose on one type of methodology that might be useful to you. I don't know, take a look at it. But in any case, you have to get them to trust you as a trusted advisor. You have to be involved in all facets of the decision-making process or know who to bring into it. And you have to have a methodology available that they're willing to use. And then finally, let's come back to that organizational change piece that Tom and Randy talk about. You need to foster grassroots organizational change. And the way to start doing that is by doing what I've just said. Change your behavior, change your mindset, start bringing in a methodology for decision making, find kindred spirits. With those kindred spirits, form a community of practice if you're all over the organization. Start talking about how you can do things better, and then start figuring out where there are opportunities for you to have successes within the enterprise. Now, if you want to figure out how to take this a step further, I wrote a chapter 13 in this book for women in analytics that is on the 6 steps for starting a grassroots organizational change initiative in the analytics arena. I encourage you to take a look at that. You see, analytics adoption isn't scary. It just requires you to reframe what you're doing and to stretch and get out of your comfort zone.